listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to my sound of my voice. It's a cloudy, overcast day here in Gwinnett County. 39 degrees, only going up to a high of 43, so it's going to be chilly, and it's going to rain all day, 100%. Oh, my goodness. And I got a lot of running around to do today. I got to get my oil changed. I was going to go to the car wash, but I guess I won't go to the car wash because it's raining, so that's a waste of money. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm still, me. I'm still pushing through, y'all. I woke up this morning. I had a pretty rough morning. Tomorrow is the day we leave to go to Albany to get ready for the funeral on Wednesday. So I'll be here tomorrow with you, but it'll be really, really early, like 7 o'clock. So I'm going to do the show tomorrow morning live at 7 o'clock in the morning before we pull off. So just know that, because I'll be traveling. So at 10 o'clock, I won't be able to do the show because I'll probably be on the road. So I'm going to do it very early tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock a.m. live. So make sure to join me at 7 o'clock a.m. live before I hit the road. But, it's still a process, and it's still relatively new. It's only been almost a week. And it's just so weird, y'all, because I wake up every morning and I can't walk across the hall and say, good morning, mother. I mean, I could. My brother and my daughter, they all said they've been talking to my mom. And I did go in there yesterday in her bedroom and, sit down and talk. But she's not there. So for me, it's not the same. For them, they say that's how they move on. For me, it's just not the same. So I'm trying to figure out how to deal with this in my own way and how to move forward in my own way. But, for those of you who've never experienced a loss so close, this is the roughest thing I've ever had to live with, and I know I'm going to get through, and thank you to everybody. So many people have called and made sure that me and my family and I were okay, and I appreciate you and love you all for that. We got a lot of love on social media, and my phone just hasn't stopped ringing, and the text messages from my friends and families and even clients. I had a client Zelle me $200 because she just wanted to make sure that we were eating. Now, here's the crazy part. We're not eating that much. Like, I've lost about 17 pounds in 2 weeks. And I know. And I'm eating, but I just don't have an appetite. I have to force myself to eat. This is the first time in my life I think I'm eating to live instead of living to eat. So a lot of, even though my mom is gone, I know there's a silver lining in this whole thing, and I'm looking for it, y'all. I'm looking for it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking for it, though, because that's just who I am. So I'm always looking at the silver lining. She knew that. She knew that that's who I was. And she told me one time, I think I sent out a questionnaire about what do you think my strengths are? And my mom said, I love the way you think. And I'm never going to forget that, because I know she thinks I'm crazy a lot of times. She used to think I was nuts, and she thought I was very mean like my father. But she told me she loved the way I think, and so I keep thinking about that, because I know I think a little different from a lot of people. God has blessed me with these amazing ideas, and I'm sure y'all have heard plenty of them on the show over the last 2 years, because the show actually turned 2 years old last month. But that was God, it wasn't me. And so the ability that He's given me to think about things and strategize about things and create clarity about things, that was a God-given gift. So she told me that she likes the way I think, and I loved everything about her, except for when she bossed us around. She drove us nuts when she bossed us around. All right, so enough of my stuff. Let me get on with our dates here today. So today is National Clean Off Your Desk Day. Yes, today is National Clean Off Your Desk Day. It's also National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. Yes, we have a huge population of human trafficking here in Georgia. And I know when I first moved here, it was the scariest thing, because I remember my daughter had got a job offer from this accountant and real estate person. It was a team. It was a man and a woman team, and they did accounting and real estate. And we didn't know no better, because in Jersey, it may be happening, but nobody was talking about it, right? And we moved here, and when we got here, I don't know who was talking to me about it. Like, listen, tell your daughter to be very careful. There's a huge human trafficking ring down here in Georgia because of the airport. And I'm like, really? Had never heard. Listen, I had heard of that stuff on television, but in Jersey, I hadn't heard of it. Like, wasn't nobody talking about human trafficking in Jersey. And so my daughter went to this interview, and she came back. She said, I got the job. And I said, okay, cool. So I'm thinking it's real estate and accounting. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. You know, she'll learn about real estate investing and how to move money and all that kind of stuff, because that's the way I think. And then the guy who hired her invited her to go to lunch at the Bahama Breeze. And so I was like, okay, well, it's at a public place, so that's okay. So she went to Bahama Breeze. She had lunch. So when she got there, she said, was nothing there but a table full of guys. And they were all accountants and investors. And they were talking about money and investing. And she was just sitting there. And when she came back and told me that, I was like, yeah, you're going to have to decline that position. I didn't, like, so what was the purpose of you going to the lunch? I thought she was going maybe to meet with the team or something like that. And she said she just sat there and nobody talked to her. And I said, yeah, you going to call him back and you going to decline that job. And that's when people started telling me, oh, girl, they got all kinds of stuff going on down here. Well, don't you know that crazy guy called my daughter back and said, hey, I want to invite you to a loft party. We're having a loft party at this loft in Atlanta. The loft is like worth $3-something million. And the last girl that came, she got married because it was an investor there from like London, and they got married. I was like, no, you tell him you're not coming to a loft party. He called back again, wanted her to come to this party. It was crazy, y'all. And I was like, that was the scariest thing ever. So from that day forward, every time she left this house, and she's grown, but still she's my child. So every time she darkened that door and she went on an interview, I needed to know who it was with, where they lived, what the address was, what kind of car they was driving. I needed everything. That scared the daylights out of me. I was like, that is the craziest thing ever. So anyway, I shared that story to say, listen, just tell the young ladies and the young guys to be very careful about these scam artists out there who are just trying to take advantage of them and lure them into something that they may not be able to get out of. So today is National Human Trafficking Day, but it's also National Clean Off Your Desk Day. My desk is not so bad because I cleaned up my office before, so it's not really bad. Like, the office is pretty decent, actually. I'm surprised it still looks the same, but I haven't really been in here either because I haven't been able to, like, really get motivated to really work, except for to talk to you guys. And you know, it's so funny because I do feel better now that I'm talking to you guys. You know, when I woke up this morning, I wasn't doing so well. It was a rough morning. And I have those moments where I'm good and I have those moments where I'm not good. And I know it's so soon. That's to be expected. And, you know, I've talked to people who said they've lost loved ones and it's been years and they still have those moments. So, you know, it's rough, y'all. It's rough. But anyway, let's get on with our horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, Monday, January the 11th, 2021. We're 11 days into the new year. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Take your time before making personal decisions. Your emotional attitude with respect to your status and direction in society may be unrealistic. This is probably causing upset and confusion on your home front. Yeah, take your time. You know, if you got to make some personal decisions today, Aries, just take your time to make sure that you make the right decisions. And make sure they're not emotional decisions. Sometimes we make the wrong decisions because they're emotional. Make sure that they are decisions that are coming from your gut. Follow your gut, because your gut won't lead you wrong. Your heart and your emotions, yeah, they can lead you down the wrong path sometimes. And right now, in my house, it's very emotional. So I haven't made any major decisions. You know, I did one thing that I did, and it didn't go through. And I was like, thank God, because I made that in a very emotional moment. But it wasn't like it's nothing major. It could have been major had I got what I asked for. You know, but God was like, nope. And so he shut that right down. So, and it was totally emotional, like totally. I was in an emotional moment and I, jumped out there, I'm going to do this. And that wasn't a good thought. Taurus, don't rely on others to handle the workload. Look into events that you might find interesting and compromise by doing a few things that you both like to do. Involve yourself in group endeavors. Listen, Taurus, sometimes you got to compromise. It's not always all about you. Sometimes you got to compromise and do the things that you need to do, to make everybody happy. And compromise is good sometimes. Because listen, when you can put a smile on somebody's face, it puts a smile on your face. I'm telling you, for real. For real. Gemini, You must not let fellow workers take advantage of your fine talents. Luck is with you, regardless of your financial venture. Go over their important documents and take the time to suggest alternatives. Listen here, Gemini, luck is with you regardless of your financial venture. So that's a good thing. I cannot ever read Gemini without thinking about my mom. She's a Gemini. Yeah, but luck is with you, baby. I know luck is with you too, Ev. You in heaven just looking down on me struggling right now. I'm struggling, baby. I'm struggling. But I'm going to get there. You know I don't like being sad, so I'm going to get there. Cancer. You need a change and you need to earn more cash. Your involvement in groups will be favorable for meeting new and exciting individuals. You need a change and you need more money. Who the heck doesn't? Get busy. Get busy. Listen, Cancer, whatever it is you got to do, as long as it's ethical and legal, do what you got to do to get that money so you can make them changes. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. Leo. Take the time to do something nice for your friends and relatives. Don't let your personal partner hold you back or slow you down. Bring work home if it will help you get caught up. Yeah, don't let anybody hold you back or slow you down, Leo. You know what I mean? Sometimes people try to hold you back because they're not going anywhere. And they try to slow you down because they're not moving fast. You know what I mean? Because they don't have anywhere to go. So be careful about them. Watch them folks. And in the meantime, do something nice for your friends and relatives. Don't go overboard. Just something simple and nice. Because the minute you go overboard, it's going to be expected for you to do that the next time. So just do something simple and nice for family and friends. But don't go overboard. Virgo, don't overspend on children or on large purchases. Don't hesitate to present your unique ideas. Accomplishment is yours if you direct yourself accordingly. Listen, Virgo, you can accomplish some things today, but you have to direct yourself accordingly. So put yourself in a position to move forward the way you need to move forward so you can accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. All right? All right. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen, and listen to the Good Morning Gwinnett show.
Just another sunny day in Southern California. It's where the people came to play. Don't let them transform you. Come and see what you've been missing on a little slice of heaven. It's the only place we're living. It's that West Coast point of view. Easy when it's always summertime fun. You and I can't react to do. Who cares what the people think? It's been turning kinda gray in Southern California, but I'm allergic to the rain. What happened to euphoria? Don't worry about it, don't worry about a thing. I'm too excited, dark liquor with the palm trees. It's all or nothing, ooh, it's all or nothing. Ignore the signs and socialize. Come and see what you've been missing on a little slice of heaven. It's the only place we're living. It's that West Coast point of view. Easy when it's always summertime fun. You and I can't react to do. Who cares what the people think? 'Cause it's that West Coast point of view. Easy when it's always summertime fun. You and I can't react to do. Who cares what the people think?
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Your hard work will pay off. Advancement looks positive. Talk to someone with experience about budgets or consolidating debts. Be discreet about your personal life or whereabouts. Be mysterious. Be discreet and be mysterious. That sounds like a lot going on there, Libra. I don't know. Is it a secret? Y'all know what I say about secrets. If it's a secret, you shouldn't be doing it. I'm just saying. I don't know. Be discreet and be mysterious. Okay, you got a lot going on. You gotta handle that money and consolidate them debts while you being discreet and mysterious. Sagittarius, you need adventure and excitement in your life. Your time, not your cash, will do a lot more for your relationship. Your ability to detail work will dazzle those who are less creative. Yeah, your time, not your cash. It's going to do a lot for your relationship. Don't try to buy the person, Sagittarius. Just don't do that. That's not going to help you. Don't try to do that because it's not going to help you. Yep. Pay attention to the detailed work. Yep. And that's going to dazzle those who are less creative. I've been trying to paint, y'all, for the last 2 weeks. I haven't painted a thing yet, speaking of creativity. Capricorn, children might be on your mind. Don't hesitate to make special plans just for two. Don't overextend yourself in the process. Depression may be likely if you're away from home. Yeah, don't overextend yourself in the process. You know what I'm saying? Make plans just for two. That sounds very sexy. You know, it's probably something that you need anyway, Capricorn. Just some me time. Like, I can't wait to go sit down somewhere outside of this house and just relax and just in a different atmosphere. I feel like I'm living in a bubble right now, y'all, because I've been in the house pretty much for the last 2 weeks. Aquarius, you'll be subject to pushy individuals if you get involved in uncertain organizations. Go out with friends. Your position may be in question if you haven't been pulling your weight. Listen, if you know you haven't been doing what you're supposed to do, yeah, you probably about to lose that position. Now, you probably got an opportunity to fix it, but that means you're going to have to go and backtrack and figure out what you've done wrong, or just ask some questions. Sometimes you can go ask questions to make the person seem like, to help the person understand that you are interested in fixing the problem, and that may solidify you staying where you are. But if you don't do any of those things, you're probably going to be out the door. I'm just saying, because you haven't been pulling your weight. And why haven't you been doing that? You need to ask yourself that question. That's a really important question. Why haven't you been pulling your weight? Is it because you really don't like the job? Yeah, think about that for a second. You may need to think of something that you really like to do, so you'll be happy to go to work and do it. Listen, I used to work at Prudential Insurance Company, and every morning I would go to work, I would get sick. It was crazy. I hated that job, but I had to take care of my daughter, so I had to do what I had to do. But when I walked in that door for 2 years, I was like, oh my God. I remember one day I walked in, and I just got sick with hives all over my body. I'm weird like that. Like, that's the power of the mind, though. That happened to me twice. I went to work at the hospital, and I loved going to the hospital when I was working there. But for some strange reason, I went there, and I know what happened. There was a woman, I used to work in X-ray, and there was a woman she was an IVDA, which stands for intravenous drug abuser. She had shot herself in the hand. She had shot the drugs in her hand, like right by the thumb and the pointer. But right there, if you make a fist, and right in that corner right there, she was trying to get a vein, and she shot the drugs in her hand, and her hand had swollen up, and it was just oozing stuff. And they came through the hallway, and I was walking down the hallway, and I looked over and I saw her hand, and I immediately broke out in hives. Had to go home for 3 days. But that's how weird the mind is, because I looked over there and saw that, and it totally disgusting. It was the most disgusting thing I had seen, and I had worked in the hospital for a long time by that point. And I had to go home and put calamine lotion all over my body. That happened to me 3 times. I was in college, and in my dorm, with the dorm where I lived, had the best food, had the best cafeteria. It was the nicest dorm on campus. It was called Blanton Hall in Montclair State. And I happened to get a job in the kitchen, because I was like, I need a job. I got to get me some money. So while I'm here taking classes, I need to get some money. And all I had to do every day was run downstairs to the cafeteria, because it was in my dorm. This guy came in. He was a white guy. I'm never going to forget this, y'all. And it's so crazy because I could see his face. He had dark hair, had a dark mustache. He had on glasses. And he had chicken pox that had, he was older, but he had chicken pox. But he had all these little bumps all over his face. I looked up and saw him drop the plate. It broke, and I broke out in hives. Had to go home, go to my dorm room, and stay in the room for like 3 days covered in calamine lotion. But anyway, I say all that to say, I don't know why I told you all that stuff. Anyway, let's move on. That's how powerful the mind is. So I know right now, everything that I'm going through, I have to reset my mind. I know I'm never going to forget my mom, because she was my sweetheart. And I did anything and everything I could for her. And she knew that, and she would be like, I know you're tired of me. That was her favorite thing to say, because she was to drive me insane sometimes. She called me like 5 times. She go, Audrey. I'd be like, yes, mother. But I know I'm never going to forget her, but I know that I can program my mind to move past this. I just have to focus. And after Wednesday, I'll be able to do that. Anyway, my fellow fish Pisces, try spending the day catching up on any responsibilities that need to be taken care of. That is absolutely what I plan to do. Emotional deception is evident. Enlist coworkers in order to get the job done on time. Yeah, I have to spend the day catching up on a lot of things that I need to do before I start to travel tomorrow. And so that's what I'll be doing most of the day. Like, I got to go get a whole oil change and all that kind of stuff. And I'm making sure that my space is clean, so when I come back, I can just relax. And not have to, because, sometimes people are traveling, they come back and the house is mess. That's not me. I do not like to come back home to a messy house. I don't want a dish in the sink. I don't want garbage in the garbage can. So everything will be thrown out today. And, I will not be doing that. So anyway, all right, fish, that's all I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 7 a.m. Listen, tomorrow at 7 a.m. because I got to travel. So it's going to be an early show to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. So make sure to tune in tomorrow. I know it's going to be early. I know a lot of y'all go, what in the world, 7 o'clock? I ain't getting up at 7 o'clock. It's going to be early tomorrow. And I'm going to be back at 7 o'clock in the morning to give you the horoscopes and also to give you, I'm going to talk business tomorrow, y'all. I couldn't talk last Tuesday. Last Tuesday was pretty rough. But I will be talking business tomorrow. So listen, I started the show so early today that Georgette couldn't be here today. But she did give me a word. She texted me your word for the day. And your word for the day is giving. Yes, a powerful word. A powerful, powerful word, giving. It's so nice to be able to give to people. Whenever I'm feeling bad, if I do something nice for somebody, it makes me feel better. And they smile. And so one of the things I think I told you at the beginning of the show that one of the things I'm focused on is gratitude. My theme for this year is gratitude and just being grateful. I got up this morning, I wrote in my journal, and I had to write about, just being grateful. Like right now, my mom is in heaven looking down on us. And I had to find the silver lining in, you know what? My husband is here, my daughter is here, my granddaughter is here, my stepdaughter is here, my brother, my niece, my nephews, and the rest of my family and friends are here. So that is a lot to be grateful for. Yes, we love my mother. When I tell y'all we love my mother, we love my mother. But we're still here. And that's a lot to be grateful for. So I had to do that this morning. So in my journal, that's what I wrote. So giving is a good thing, y'all. I remember one time, I'm always giving. That my mother thought that was a fault of mine. She thought me being so giving was a fault, because she was a very good person, but she didn't get bamboozled. Like sometimes I'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna give it, even though I know the person's pulling my leg and jerking my chain. She didn't let anybody do that. She didn't let anybody jerk her chain and pull her leg. I, on the other hand, am a very giving person. And she used to kind of get at me about that, because my husband and I found a wallet one time. We were I think we were at Red Lobster, and the wallet had money in it. And we kindly took the wallet, because the person had their driver's license, put the whole wallet, money and all, back in the wallet and sent it to the person. And my mother goes, you sent it back? I was like, yep, I sent it back. But that's just who I am. You know what I mean? That's just who I am. And so she would always get at me about that. There was one time she was in the hospital. We were in Jersey, and we went to Wendy's, and there was this man standing at the door. So I went in Wendy's because she told me to bring her something to eat. And it was a man standing by the door, and he said, I'm so hungry. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I'll get you a meal and bring it back. And he said, okay. Now, we parked right in front of the door. So my husband and my daughter could see this guy, and I talked to him going in the door. So I came out, I had his food, and I was like, where'd the man go? So they was like, what man? I said, didn't y'all see that man sitting right here by this door? And they was like, there was no man there. I said, there was a man sitting right here. I bought him some food because he told me he was hungry. We rode around the block. There was no man to be seen anywhere. No man to be seen anywhere. And, I was so worried about my mother that day. I thought she had a heart attack. And they was like, that was an angel letting you know that she was all right. They never saw the man, and we were parked directly in front of the door. I said, y'all didn't see that man? They said, we didn't see the man. And I had brought the man some food. And they said they never saw a man. And I literally rode around the building. I rode around the block. I could not find that man, y'all. Nowhere. He was nowhere. And I said to him, I'm going to bring some food back. He said, okay. And I came back and he was nowhere to be seen. And they said there was no man sitting there. I was like, there was a man. So anyway, that's me giving all the time. This is who I am. I don't apologize for that. She knows who I was, and she used to actually make fun of me because she was like, you gave it to him and didn't you? And I'd be like, yep, because that's who I was. That's who I am. I'm a giver. So today's word is giving. Do something nice for somebody. I'm not saying give everything, but give somebody something, even if it's just a phone call or say hello. My mom was big on calling people. She was big. She had a list of people she called every day at the exact same time. Every day. My aunt said to me yesterday, her call was at 11:20 on Sundays. And I knew she talked to my aunt almost every day. But she said on 11:20 on Sundays, that was her call come from church. And my aunt called me. She was crying. She was pretty hysterical because she lost her husband earlier last year to COVID. And she's like, she was boo-hooing, and I had to be strong and walk and say, listen, it's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. She's like, yeah, but this time of the day, she beat and called me and said, you on your way home? And I was like, well, my mom, but she did that to everybody, y'all. She called her oldest brother at 7 o'clock every day. She called her baby brother at 10 a.m. in the morning. She called my aunt every day around 11:20 so she can get everybody off the phone before the stories came on at 1 o'clock. She had her she called my uncle at 12 o'clock. So she called her oldest brother, she called twice a day, 12 o'clock and 7 o'clock. She called her best friend around 7:15 every day. Or her best friend would call her around 7:15 every day. She just had all these people. She called my cousin every Wednesday. I didn't even know that until I spoke to her. She's like, we talk on Wednesday. And I was like, really? She had all these people that she called. I think she called my niece every morning around 8 o'clock. And of course, she saw me and Dominique every day. And she would see my husband when he was on his way to work at 3 o'clock in the morning because she was on her way to the bathroom. It was like everything. She kept in touch with everybody, and so, I forgot why I was telling y'all that story. But anyway, let's get on with some news. So listen, y'all saw all the stuff that happened last week at the Capitol House. 5 people lost their lives because of nonsense and lies. It's so sad because all we had to do was get through the election and just let it be. But no, we couldn't do that because all we kept hearing was it was fraud. And people actually believed that it was fraud. And because they believed that, 5 people lost their lives. Unnecessarily, y'all. Totally unnecessarily. They lost their lives. Now, Nancy Pelosi said at 11 o'clock today she's going to introduce the impeachment process today for President Trump to be impeached because they feel like he's a danger to the United States. Because he's still, to this, 5 people died, and he's still saying that the election was rigged. I've never seen anybody who was such a sore loser I can't even imagine what it's like being married to him. Like, I don't even know how Melania does it and why she does it. Like, that cannot be an easy marriage because this guy is just a straight narcissist. You know what I mean? Like, he is like, I can't even begin to explain how crazy it is. Now we have this whole impeachment process again. He's going to be the first president to be impeached twice. This time, I guess the impeachment may go through. And what's crazy is we didn't have to go through this in process if Pence would have invoked the 25th Amendment. But, of course, they are loyal to President Trump. And now a whole bunch of people are coming out saying, oh, he needs to, now these are his people, My thing is, it took this for y'all to see how bad this was. Like, this has been bad for a long time. This didn't just start getting bad. It's been bad for a long time. And so people lost their lives unnecessarily because they believed what he was saying about the election. And every fact checker has said there was nothing wrong with the election. Nothing wrong with it. So, unfortunately, a lot of people, 5 people lost their lives. So there are 5 families grieving like my family. And to those families who are grieving, some of them people hated black folks. But I just want to say to you, this too shall pass and you'll get through. Some of the people that probably passed away hated black people, so, hey, but this too shall pass, you'll get through it. And you need to go back and look at your history and look at your family and say, was it worth it? Like, for real? Was it worth it? Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it because the election wasn't rigged and we had a fair election across the United States, and the person that was supposed to win won. Now they want to do all these things and get them out. They should have been trying to do that a long time ago. We wouldn't be in such a mess right now. All right, listen, I'm going to a song, and I'll be back after the song to give you more of the rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and beyond. Stay tuned.
I wanna get you all alone now and go hide away from the lights, but I don't dare to. I'm too fragile, and for that I do apologize. Maybe someday we can work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, 'cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I think I'm love drunk and it feels wrong, but I'm not afraid to admit I used to feel safe next to you, babe. Now I'm thinking I deserve a hit. Maybe someday we could work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, 'cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. Love's too deep. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, 'cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. Love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep.
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you a daily rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and beyond. So there are millions and millions of people who were left without paid sick leave because the bill didn't pass in time. And what's crazy is the jobs were, helping them out, but now the jobs are not obligated to do so. So let me tell y'all something. So the $600 stimulus went out. There's still people who say they didn't get theirs. They're still waiting on it. There are a lot of people who did get theirs, but it's such a mess right now. But here's what I believe, y'all. And I know that there are millions of you right now who say, you know what, I don't have paid sick leave. My kids still can't go to school. It's going to get better. I believe in my heart it's going to get better. It was so funny because I said to my husband yesterday, they should do something called a clean slate project where they just wipe away student loans and tax debt and just give people a clean slate. Like 2021 should be the year that everybody get a clean slate and start over. So if you got student loans and you got IRS debt, just wipe it out and start over. Look, we already in debt as a country. So how about just getting everybody out of debt and then we just rebuild? Put the money into the people's hands, help small businesses open their doors again, get the freaking handle on this freaking coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we should have something called Project Clean Slate, and that's what Project Clean Slate should do. It should wipe out everything and start all over. Everybody start with a clean slate. You know what I'm saying? And I think that would help a lot. Now I know the folks that hate socialism, they probably like, "Are you crazy, lady?" Nope, that's what I believe. That's what I believe. But anyway, there are tens of millions of workers who lost their paid sick leaves at the end of December. Now they're trying to figure out what happens next. There are some jobs who may still offer that because they have tax credits that they're going to get, but then other jobs are not obligated to do it. So parents who have to stay home because their kids can't go to school, they may just be losing money all the way around. And for low income parents, this is truly troubling because I'm sure they're already going through it. So let's just pray, y'all, that, right now, this bill hurry up and take effect. We only got a few more days. Today is the 11th. We got 9 days before President-elect Biden is sworn in. And so once he gets in there, they have already laid the plan out, COVID money and pandemic money. So those are the two things they're addressing right away. I even saw a report that right here in Gwinnett County, over in Johns Creek, they're going to start doing the vaccine, but it's for people in that area, people who have gone to this clinic over in Johns Creek. So they're going to start doing the vaccine. And I before I was like, I'm not taking it, but my mom would have wanted me to take that because she wanted me to take it when she was alive. And I was like, I ain't taking it. That's what I told her. But because she is not here with me, and I know, even though I knew before, it has touched me right in my heart. Like, bam, I'm going to go take that vaccine. So I'm looking to see when that's going to be available to all of us here in Gwinnett County. And just know that as soon as I find out, you'll know. You'll know. So we can go get vaccinated and get ourselves protected the best we can. The best we can. So the PGA is saying they're not going to play the PGA 2022 PGA Championship at Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey. They all suck. All y'all, because Trump been doing crazy stuff the whole time. Now everybody want to just fly back now. Yeah, he's been doing stuff the whole time. Like if somebody had slapped his hand before, even though I think people had it, he just wasn't listening. But now they was like, yeah, we're not gonna play at the Trump National whatever. So what? Who cares? I know the golf people probably care. But now everybody want to fall back. You know how it is when you down, everybody want to kick you. Trump, you gonna have footprints all over your back, bro. That little trick you pulled up there, the insurrection on the Capitol Hill, you done pissed off some people. So now they turn their backs on you and they about to step on you. So put your best suit on because they about to step all over you. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. All right, so Gwinnett new DA Patsy Austin-Gatson and now Solicitor General Brian Whiteside agreed to pay campaign violation fines. Apparently, They violated some campaign. They had some campaign violations, very minor, but there's some steep fines because Patsy has to pay $2,500. So she was at an event and I guess she was on the clock still for the county, and she was talking campaign, and so she got fined for that. And Brian apparently did not report all his campaign money, or the reports or whatever, and he got fined for that. So Patsy is being fined $2,500. For her campaign violation fees, and Brian has been paying, he has to pay $5,000, and that money is coming out of their campaign, Patsy's campaign fund. Meanwhile, the campaign fund commission staff filed a complaint against Whiteside saying he had not filed 5 campaign contribution disclosure reports. 3 of those reports were due in 2018, while the other 2 were due in 2019 and 20, respectively. Even after candidates are elected, they must still file campaign contribution disclosure reports in a non-election year under the state law. So he didn't file reports, so he's being fined $5,000. Patsy was at an event, and she was still on the clock, and, I guess she spoke campaign for a second, and that cost her a fine. It was so crazy because I remember reading about her husband, Travis. He was somewhere in Gwinnett County doing some business for the county, but he gave someone a business card. And they said that was a campaign violation because he gave him Patsy's business card for election. I was like, really? So people, let me tell y'all, we already know how dirty politics can be. We already know that. So, the littlest thing, when people trying to win, they're going to pull it out at you. But anyway, they handle their business. That's why they're in the position that they're in. So they're going to handle their business. They're going to take care of these funds, and they're going to protect Gwinnett County. Kudos to you guys for winning and staying in office and handling your business and keeping us safe here in Gwinnett County. So that's all I care about. I don't care if she was in an event and she said something about the campaign. Who cares about that? Somebody does, not me. I remember, if your birthday is this month right here and you need to go get your tags done before January 19th, you need to go and get your tags done, because the tag office is going to be closed. The tax commissioner, Tiffany Porter, said the office has issued a reminder that the office will be closed from Tuesday, January 18th, because they're working on Georgia's motor vehicle system, and it will not reopen until January 19th. So if your birthday falls on those days, you better go ahead and get your tags done. I'm just trying to tell you now. I'm just trying to tell you to get your tags done, because it's going to be closed, and then if you mess around and get a ticket, it's going to be your fault. So just know that I'm putting that out there. All right? All right, listen, I'm going to my last song, and I'll be back after this song to give you my word of inspiration for the day, so stay tuned.
I can see you looking at me. Yeah, my eyes are open wide. So you want me to set you free? Take a walk with me outside. Tell me everything about you. Yeah, 'cause I really wanna know. You can ride with me forever. Yeah, anywhere you wanna go. Night is over the park and a few brave stars. I give you the moon and my all is yours. Don't hesitate, just give me your all. Just give me your all. So let's fly into a dream I won't deny. I'm so in love, let's go for gold. Let's go for gold. If we ever was lost before, now we finally found our way. And love is stronger than anything. We will make our own way. Night is over the park and a few brave stars. I give you the moon and my all is yours. Don't hesitate, just give me your all. Just give me your all. So let's fly into a dream I won't deny. I'm so in love, let's go for gold. Yeah, yeah, let's go for gold. So let's fly into a dream I won't deny. I'm so in love, let's go for gold. Yeah, let's go for gold.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, I gotta go. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration for the day, and here goes. You were given this life because you're strong enough to live it. Ah, man, that's a good one. Let me say it again. You were given this life because you're strong enough to live it. Listen, y'all, we all know that we all got to get out of here one day. But while we're here, we're strong enough to live it. My mom fought a long time with a lot of different sicknesses, And that's the comfort I have in knowing that every day that she's not suffering anymore and she's not in pain. But while she was here, she was strong enough to live it. And so we're still here and we're strong enough to live it. Yes, we're going through some stuff. Yes, we are. But we're strong and we will stay strong. And here's the thing. One day that strength will fade and we're going to be gone. But right now, while we're here, we're strong enough to live it. We're strong enough to fight through whatever we're fighting through. So I challenge you, if you have breath in your body right now and you still have something to fight for it. You're strong enough to live it. That's all I got for you today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 50 minutes with me, and I appreciate you and love you to life for that. I'll be back again tomorrow very early, 7 o'clock a.m. 7 o'clock, I'll be here talking to you. So just know that I'll be here early because then I got to hit the road after that. If you miss any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. And also, do me a favor, support the show. I want to keep going. I'm going to keep going, but I need you to help me by supporting the show. And to do that, go buy a mug, a t-shirt, a bag, a pillow, anything you could buy. Get listed in the online directory there. Become an advertiser or a sponsor for the show. I would appreciate that very much. And thank you so much for listening. Also, be sure to go to Apple Podcasts and find your favorite 2 episodes there and give them 5 stars. I'll be back next week. I'll have some guests next week. Was it next week I have guests? No, the week after next. We pushed all the guests back because we didn't know how I was going to be feeling. And honestly, I'm okay. I'm getting better. Every day is his own different day. And one day I might have a good day. And then I start off with a bad day, but it ended up pretty good. Like this morning started off a little rough. But I felt better after talking to you guys today. So I'll be back again tomorrow at 7 o'clock to talk again to you before I hit the road. Listen, also be sure to download the Good Morning Gwinnett app. If you got an Android or Apple phone, there's an app for the Good Morning Gwinnett for that. And listen, if you're thinking about starting a business, and I'm going to do Talk Business Tuesday tomorrow because I got some business to talk about. But if you're thinking about starting a business, you're a woman, and you're really thinking about starting a business that you want to be a legacy business, I invite you to join my community, the Butterfly Squad, and you can do that by going to www.thebutterflysquad.biz. I'll be talking a little bit more about that tomorrow on Talk Business Tuesday. Listen, y'all stay safe out there. Corona is still out there, and she don't give a crap about any of us. Put your mask on, wash your hands, and stay 6 feet apart. I'll be back again tomorrow at 7 a.m. God willing. Until next time, y'all, stay safe and have a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.